shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before him with thanksgiving and extol him with music and song. For the Lord is the great God, the great King above all gods. As we come together on this most wonderful of evenings to celebrate the 28th Parish Day of the Bahrain Malayali CSI Parish, let us remember the Almighty's benevolence with our thanksgiving and our praises. The secret to change is to focus all our energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Over the years, as a parish, we have undergone several changes and not been afraid to embrace them. The parish has grown in numbers with the addition of new members, but at the same time bid farewell to its founding members. It has bid farewell to functions that have become an integral part of every parishioner's life, but also at the same time welcome with new open arms functions that become the parish's guiding light there. The once 20-member choir now possesses a strength of 80 gifted and talented choristers. The Sunday school is no longer conducted at the Adam Morris Hall, but at our very own church hall now. The children of our church, who I carried in my arms while I was young, are now all graduating from high school. The Women's Fellowship and the Youth Fellowship have changed from being casual gatherings into becoming integral organs that helps the functioning of the church. Our missions and our visions have changed. Through this all, one thing has remained constant: our love for God and our reverence for His magnanimity. We, as a parish, even after 38 years of change and good fortune, have not for a moment deterred in our faith and adulation for the Almighty. And I pray on this momentous occasion, irrespective of the changes we will embrace in the coming years, that we continue to keep the Lord our never-changing constant.
In 1857, William West, a young music teacher, as he was wandering through the woodlands in Bradford, England, he was astonished at the sight of a beautiful spot in a valley, close to the Cedar River, and an image formed in his mind of a church building at that location. Returning to his home and unable to forget about the image, Pitts wrote a poem that he later set to music. There is a church in the valley, by the wildwood. There is no other place so dear to my childhood. How sweet to listen to the ringing bells on the clear Sabbath morning. Oh, its tones are sweetly calling me. Oh, come to the church in the vale. In 1862, when Pitts returned to Bradford with his wife, he founded a beautiful little brown church being erected where he had imagined to be. സങ്കീർത്തനങ്ങൾ 84 കോരഹപുത്രന്മാർ ദൈവസേവയിലുള്ള എരിവും ദൈവാലയത്തോടുള്ള അമിതമായ സ്നേഹവും വിളിച്ചോതിക്കൊണ്ട് ഇങ്ങനെ പാടി. സൈന്യങ്ങളുടെ യഹോവേ, തിരുനിവാസം എത്ര മനോഹരം! എന്റെ ഉള്ളം യഹോവയുടെ പ്രാകാരങ്ങളെ വാഞ്ചിച്ചു മോഹിച്ചു പോകുന്നു. നിന്റെ ആലയത്തിൽ വസിക്കുന്നവർ ഭാഗ്യവാന്മാർ. അവർ നിന്നെ നിത്യം സ്തുതിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കും. പ്രിയമുള്ളവരെ, തിരുസാന്നിധ്യത്തിനായി നമുക്ക് കാതോർക്കാം. നമുക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ പാടാം. അങ്ങയുടെ പ്രാകാരങ്ങളിൽ കഴിക്കുന്ന ഒരു ദിവസം വേറെ 1000 ദിവസത്തെക്കാൾ ശ്രേഷ്ഠമാണ്. ദുഷ്ടന്മാരുടെ കൂടാരങ്ങളിൽ വസിക്കുന്നതിനേക്കാൾ എന്റെ ദൈവത്തിന്റെ ആലയത്തിൽ വാതിൽ കാവൽക്കാരനായിരിക്കാൻ ഞാൻ ഏറെ ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്നു.